bad, it can spread real quickly before we're able to get enough water on it.
We broke something. Damn it.
Flying can be a challenging environment with the weather. All right, you guys, here we go.
Big, are you gonna make the runway?
Watch out.
Coastal Helicopters, Jag. Fire. Keep it running, we got a fire.
Outside of Juneau, firefighters are desperate for help. They need water fast, and that's where chopper pilot Dustin Carroll comes in.
The bucket that we'll be doing the water drops with carries just under 250 gallons.
The concept of dropping water out of a bucket is simple enough. In practice, so it's a little more complicated. There can be smoke, wind, all sorts of things that can kind of throw curveballs at us. There's a lot of heat coming off of this fire, which can be dangerous for the helicopter.
It's in a real heavily forested area and it's very hot. This could be bad. There's very, very dry conditions with the wind picking up a little bit. If we're not able to get the thing under control, it can spread real quickly. This is really close to people's houses. I don't live too far away from here, and woods all around our house, so it's something that we need to get it under control. So we're going to try and find the source of the fire.
The fires around here are a little different. They're in a layer of soil called the duff that burns underground, creates a lot of smoke, but it can be kind of difficult to see from the air. So the ground crews are making their way into the fire right now, and we'll be in constant radio communication with them.
Over 900 kilometers northwest, Kodiak pilot Jay Wadham is late for a job.
I gotta get running right now. I had a slow start this morning.
He's headed to Denali National Park to take on a lucrative but potentially dangerous assignment. Flying tourist around Mount McKinley, the tallest peak in North America. He got the job through his old pilot friend, Trent.
Happy to have you up here, man. Yeah. Sweet. It'll be a good year.
Jay's a good guy. He's done a lot of ski flying, but you really don't have much in the way of glacier landing practice unless you really get trained up out here. So we're going to be training Jay.
We're just going to head out and do some of our routes here. We're good to go. Right on. We're going to suck the 10 gallons we got out of the rear tank. Go ahead and put it up there. Perfect. The winds here can get pretty hellacious. We got 3 valleys coming together, and you get some gnarly crosswinds in here sometimes. Pretty gusty. Rock and roll. See what this rocket ship can do. Heli base, 6 Tango Bravo.
McKinley is one of the top tourist destinations in Alaska, but flying here in bad weather can be deadly. In 2000, 3 park rangers and their pilot crashed and died while approaching the mountain.
We're kind of watching the weather, of course. Just kind of want to remind you, when we have flat-like conditions up there, some days we just won't land because it's too flat in there. You can't see any definition under, yeah. And we don't like anything too flat. A lot of afternoon rain showers.
You can't really tell just by flying up there, see if the ceiling's going up or down. You don't want to land and realize that the ceiling is going down, so then there you are. Could be stuck.
It's closed down past below that pass, so yeah, it's not looking good there at all. A no-go for sure.
Okay, it's your call, bud. Just gonna turn around and head back to me. Let's try again later.
Jay's test flight is on hold.
Heli base, 6 Tango Bravo will be on the ground in 5.
In Haines, Drake Olson struggles to keep his flight sim business afloat.
Hey, Greg. Oh, I don't know. Do they have cash? Tell them some of them should have some cash. They're all separate credit cards? Oh, you're killing me. But yeah, see, all these people are going with the other service. I'm losing them all. It's ridiculous. Flights with soul.
This man has soul.
I had soul. I don't know what happened. We're gonna go look for landing zones that maybe I could take people at the bases of glaciers.
Get out of the airplane and you could look up,
and
you're
in a really cool. You're in a really cool place. I'm really looking to establish some places that are new.
He's heading into a valley locally known as the Harley, an area pilots rarely navigate because there's no safe place to land.
That face down there is kind of cool, kind of vegetated face.
This valley, it's pretty narrow, and it gets really narrow right where we want to go and look at it. But because it's so beautiful in here, it makes it worthwhile. It's worth going in and trying hard. This is a pretty, look at that big waterfall coming down.
Right.
I don't know why these places are so damn difficult to, well, I know why. It's Alaska and they're just inherently difficult. Oh my God, look at that. Those cuts in the ice are deep. If you try to set down on that, you're gonna have a rough ride. I've never flown low in here before. This is really nice. Well, I think what I'm gonna go down here and see if we can land somewhere.
He sees a potential landing strip, but it's riddled with rocks and debris.
Wow, we broke something, didn't we? Can you see your tire? Damn it.
Just coming over T Harbor, and I got the smoke in sight now. Just over T Harbor, be there in about 3 minutes.
Copy that. And if you want to kind of do a flight above it, that'd be great.
Getting close to the fire here, we're a few miles away and can see the smoke from it. The firefighters on the ground right now aren't able to get very close to the fire. With the heat from the fire and the size of the fire, we need to make a large number of water drops. So we want to try and find a water source that is real close to the fire so that this thing doesn't get out of hand.
I'm really looking for is just work it from the north.
Okay, copy that. Work it from the north to the south, and I'll be looking for a freshwater source.
The access is really difficult. This is pretty critical because they've got access. They can do bucket drops. They can pick up water, drop it on the fire right there, help cool it down. Until we can get some water on it, it's going to just keep creeping up.
The fire is in some steep cliffs that lead right down to the ocean, but we don't like to dip out of the salt water because of how corrosive it is. So we're gonna try and find a freshwater source nearby. The closer the water source, the more turns we can do, the more water we can drop.
If Dustin can't find water soon, the fire could become unstoppable, engulfing nearby homes.
Yeah, looks like the closest source could be back here.
No luck.
And I do not have any water here yet.
Copy that.
We're looking for ponds that are deep enough so we can get in and out of there quickly and make enough turns to really make an effect on this fire. This pond looks good, should be plenty of room, looks plenty deep.
So we've got this bucket hanging 100 feet below the helicopter. We've got to get it into a lake or pond to get the water out. Worst case, you get the bucket actually snagged up in the top of the trees, which doesn't help us or the fire any.
So we're gonna come in, do our first bucket drops, and after we make a few drops, hopefully they'll be able to direct us right into the source of the fire.
When we're maneuvering the bucket in for a drop, you've got to get the bucket on the right approach path because it weighs nearly as much as the helicopter. If it gets swinging around, it really pulls the helicopter from side to side. The ground crews are scrambling up and down the steep terrain, so we try and communicate real clearly.
Charlie Hotel, go ahead, this is Spurrier.
If Dustin's aim is just the slightest bit off, he could send more than 900 kilos of water crashing down on the firefighters below. Above the Arctic Circle in the native village of Kayana, Zaz Staley is taking a break from the air taxi business for runway repair.
This morning, Big Boy and I are gonna fly up to our camp and work on the runway a little bit. It's a handmade runway that we've been working on. We started it last summer and it's short and kind of narrow, but maybe we could get it smoothed out a little bit so it's easier for us to get in and out of there. We'll go check it out, and if the weather's good enough for us to get up in there to camp, we'll go. If not, we might have to turn around and come home.
Come on, Jazz.
I'm pushing. That's what I brought you for.
Big Boy is my brother. He's a pain in the ass. Got my bucket to haul dirt up there.
Big, grab a bucket for yourself.
That kid will go through more work to avoid work than actually doing the job in the first place.
Seriously, that's your bucket?
You suck. I get a bigger bucket. But he's so smart and so capable of so many things. As with me, he's been flying since he was probably in diapers. We spent a lot of time in this airplane here with my dad. He's kind of stepped up more to help out with the family business, and he'll probably help us keep Lisa Air going too.
7 Yankee Victor is back taxiing for 24 Kayana.
You never know around here. The weather is it's very different here. It can be cloudy here like this, and we can get up there and it can be raining, foggy. We'll just have to see when we get there.
All set?
Yep. Go through your checklist.
Flying up here in Alaska is definitely different than flying in the lower 48. I mean, say your engine quits down there and there's a million roads you can land on down there. And flying up here, there's miles and miles of nothing.
7 Yankee Victor, South Kayana, going up to the Coral, low level.
We do a lot of our flying by VFR, or visual flight rules, which means we look out the window to see where we're going, make sure we're not gonna hit anything. Like where we're going, it's not an airport. This is in the middle of nowhere, so the way you get there is by knowing where you are and seeing where you're at.
It's a little low, but it shouldn't be too bad for going up the valley.
We might as well fly over and check it out first,
Yeah. Bear might have dug a hole in the runway again.
Yeah, that would suck.
I'm gonna land down, but I want to come around and look at it again.
Pretty stiff crosswind down.
Yeah. You ready?
Yep.
Here's the runway.
Watch your speed. Looks like that bear's been digging for sure. If you hit that hole too fast, we could flip.
Big, are you gonna make the runway? Oh, shit.
It just felt like
A sudden bang near Drake's landing gear. forces him to abort his mission.
Maybe something just flew up. Is it super soft right there?
You saw something come up.
No, I heard it. Didn't you hear it go gonk?
Yeah, you thought it hit the underside of the plane?
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like anything that goes gonk. When I get to Haynes, the minute I touch down, I'm gonna know if I got a problem. Whether the thing veers this way or that way or flips over, it's just, I don't even want to think about it.
Over a quarter of all flight-seeing plane crashes in Alaska occur during landing.
I'm up for an adventure, and this is turning out to be too much of an adventure, so. You don't want to have trouble with tires or gear legs, ever. It could be very minor, or it could go catastrophic. You crash. Whoa, Bessie, whoa, 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 slow down. My God.
What did you hear, Brian? You didn't hear anything?
I think it sounded similar to what it sounded like when we landed just now, but more.
Now, I check these all the time because of doing ski plane stuff. And it's totally fine in there. Oh, God. All right.
Go back.
Yeah, put her inside. Anytime you leave the ground, it's never business as usual or nonchalant or an ordinary moment. It doesn't have to be all tense and nervous and everything, but there's a huge respect for that every single time.
Drake's quest for a new location to take his sightseeing customers isn't over yet.
I've been looking at areas for 17 years. What can you say? You just keep looking. It's endless.
Back in the shadow of Mount McKinley, Jay and Trent prepare for another attempt at a glacier landing.
The weather's improved a lot, so we're gonna give it a flight. This is the last flight of the day, and we're really close to the time that people are showing up, so we put on some extra gas, and we're gonna get ready to bail out here.
But this time, they'll have a full load of passengers.
Just crawl all the way up into the co-pilot seat there. All right.
You know, Jay and myself will be flying, so we'll get in as far as we can. If it means that we'll do a landing, so be it.
All right, you guys, here we go. We're gonna take off. We're following Trent today. He's gonna be our leader.
If we get to make it in there and land, you know, we always hope for that. So, but there's never a guarantee of landing up there on the glacier.
I mean, a lot goes into a flight, so when you're expecting to go out and the weather's bad, you know you're going to have to be on your A game.
Hey, real quick, where's everyone from? Where are you guys from in the back there?
Ohio.
Ohio. What are you doing here?
You wanted to see Alaska.
All right, well, this is a way to see it, I guess, huh?
Hey, Jay, just make sure not to overfill the center tanks out of the tips there.
This ain't my first rodeo, boss.
Oh, whatever, you just started flying this morning. So from here on out, we're going to start seeing a lot more glacial activity. Right on the left side, kind of a tongue of sediment there. But that is ice underneath that.
Hey, there it is, you guys on the right. We got the top of Mount McKinley there. How much longer? We'll be there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll just plan on landing at the Mountain House West. Just follow me in there.
Mountain House West, copy that.
Go ahead and start getting some altitude there. Just follow me, okay? And we're actually technically landing right on McKinley. It's the whole area in there is all just one giant chunk of granite.
The weather's looking a little low. You know, we're crawling up the glacier here. It's a little low ceiling.
There's situations where low weather can come in and people are really excited. You can just keep pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope, pushing the envelope, and that's when it gets dangerous.
We're gonna start coming back down. You might feel some pressure build up on yours, so just kind of keep swallowing, yawning if you got gum, chew it. As we get up towards our landing zone, though, it looks like we're probably not gonna be able to make it, but we'll just have to see.
Back above the Arctic Circle, Zaz and Big Boy approach the makeshift runway for their family camp.
One bad spot, shove your nose right into the ground. That one's close.
Hey, look, we made it.
Just barely.
See any bears around?
I didn't.
You can see the bump down there that messes you up when you come in for a landing.
When it launches you back up.
We need to knock that down.
Fill the buckets up, bring them out, and try to smooth out the rough spots in the runway. Because it's so short, we want it to be as smooth as it possibly can.
Yeah, fill this bear hole in. The bear smelled something it liked, so it decided to dig a hole in the middle of our runway, which it's hard on the airplane if you hit it. You could break something really easy, so.
You can see the mosquitoes. Everybody jokes and says it's the state bird of Alaska. So many of them gather up on you, they'll carry you off, so you gotta keep moving. Can you carry me too?
Get on my back. I vote we get a four-wheeler out.
With the runway repaired, it's time to head home.
The weather's coming up the valley. You want to get out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here while we can still see. It's haul ass at the haul ass. Up once. It just starts easier that way. Not that you're not pro, but
I hope we fixed it up enough. There's only one way to know for sure. We'll come back later and try landing on it.
Over 1,600 kilometers southeast, Dustin zeroes in on the fire below.
You guys able to see it from your vantage point there?
That was a good drop. Maybe from that one, but yeah, right in that same area.
Okay.
Putting them where you want them there, Seth?
Yeah, he's getting them right in there.
We're starting to get it opened up a bit, so.
Soak it, soak it, soak it. Just never have too much water.
But a round trip to the water source can take Dustin up to 10 minutes. He drops 2 loads. But the firefighters will need at least 20 more to control the blaze.
It's beneath these burning trees, and it's hard for him to see because he can't see through this canopy, obviously, but gotta try to be his eyes on the ground. So here he comes again, we'll try this. Is it looking good? Like, is he hitting where you think he should? You want a couple more right there? Yeah. Maybe? Okay.
Philly Hotel, that was another good drop. Gotcha.
Dustin's on target. Still, the fire rages on, endangering the firefighters below and threatening homes around T Harbor.
You come in just a little ahead of that, maybe drop above some of those littler trees, it'll get right into where it needs to be.
Okay, Dustin, we're gonna go Juno side mountain.
Juno side, roger.
We really don't want the fire to get out of hand. In fact, my house isn't too far from this. I have a kind of a personal investment in keeping these fires down.
Yeah, we don't live too far away from here. I got a wife and kids, and stuff down at our house, so it's something that crosses your mind.
Big tree. Is there fire that you can see on the onshore side of that one?
Yeah, just maybe a little bit to the south of it.
Okay.
Money! That drop was money, man. That was right in where we needed to be. So we'll get a few more in that one, in that spot there, hopefully.
So we can only do so many bucket drops during each fuel cycle, so it's a race against the fire.
I need fuel.
Back in Cayena, Zaz and Big Boy are returning to their family's camp to test the new runway and do some fishing with Zaz's son, Joe.
You excited to go fishing?
Yep.
How big of a fish are you gonna catch?
Like from this part all the way up to the...
That big of a fish?
Yeah.
Boy, you're a fisherman already. Telling lies. Good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll climb in. Asking me what my favorite airplane is like having to ask a parent which one is their favorite child. But as far as going out and having fun and having a good time, I'd probably have to say the Super Cub.
You go down, I'll come up in turn.
For my family, airplanes are a lot more than just a mode of transportation. It's a big part of our life. It's a big part of who we are.
Why don't you land first and check it out, and I'll be right behind you.
Okay, start moving.
It's okay if you bounce.
Hey, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No.
You're like this.
I didn't bounce.
Yes, you did.
Who are you to critique me?
Mom, can I get my fishing rod?
Yeah, let's get your fishing rod. My family and I have been coming up here for years. I remember coming up here when I was Joe's size and catching some fish, and we get whitefish through here, grayling, Arctic char, and salmon. Joe is hooked on fishing. That kid loves to fish. He would fish all day long if you would let him. Whoa! I see it.
Is it a big one, Joe?
Look. Oh. But the problem with Joe fishing is he wants to kill every fish he pulls in. He doesn't want to let him go.
You gonna keep it, Joe?
Yeah.
You caught it?
Yeah. It's leaving.
Nice looking fish.
I'm such a village girl. I love it. I've lived in Fairbanks, I've lived in Seattle. I've lived in the city enough to know that city life's not for me.
You found it for me, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I can throw Joe in an airplane and fly up the river and go fishing for the day. I don't have to worry about traffic or people or stopping by the grocery store on the way home. We've got a fresh fish. That's what's for dinner. That's why I live where I live. It's time to go home.
Yeah, I'll bring that.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. What would I do without you?
You're in my bathroom.
More than 1,600 kilometers southeast, Drake's quest to find undiscovered landing sites continues.
Yeah, I've been looking at new places and nothing's been working out. This Dutch couple called and they want to go flying. You know, if somebody comes to me and they want to pay to do an adventure flight, it's helpful if they're sort of like-minded and sort of fun-loving and also up for something new. Hi.
Hi.
Drake.
My name's Colby.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Marco.
Marco. Marco, he's a nut, he's eccentric, but a good, fun-loving, poking fun at me right away. Man, are you ready?
Yeah, he's ready.
Holy cow. He looked like a total tourist. I mean, really more of a tourist than any of them. That's the first one that put a camera on his head.
We had only rain for a day and a half, and everybody is complaining about the weather.
Gotta complain. You should hear me. I just complain constantly.
Yeah, they told me already.
Network number 2 for departure will be departing Haines area to the west.
What's the speed we are flying now?
134 knots. We got to get on the other side of these mountains and it should get better. We're in a south flow. This is all Glacier Bay Park.
Beautiful, eh? Wow. How the clouds are rolling in. Where we are.
This is the Muir Glacier here on the left.
Wow. The view is gorgeous. Really beautiful.
With Marco and his wife game for adventure, Drake searches for the perfect untouched landing site.
Hey, look at this place. It's spectacular. It's just lined with glaciers. It's a glacial lake. It's got icebergs in it. It's a remote, beautiful spot. We're going to go in and give this a try and see what it tells us. Damn it. I wanted to land here, right there. There's people there. Damn it.
Over 800 kilometers northwest, Jay and Trent struggle to find a way through the clouds to reach Mount McKinley.
Alright, you guys, we're gonna go to our next landing zone. Oh yeah, flying can be a challenging environment with the weather. You just always gotta make the right decision. If you're in Alaska, you kind of learn not to be in a hurry.
Alright guys, so we're dropping into the amphitheater now. The ice right down there at the gateway has been measured over 4,000 feet thick. We'll be kind of descending right down into that area and taking a look at some of those peaks up close. Just kind of do a big loop here around base camp.
Roger that, Quadro. Alright, we're gonna whip it around to the right here. Okay, well, we're approaching the landing zone now, but the clouds look pretty low, so I'm not sure if we're gonna make it in or not.
Alright Jay, so I just kind of want to hold your hand on the first one here and just sort of follow me in. Just going to start pulling the power back at 747 and then descending right down through the root canal there.
Will do, Trent. I'm right behind you.
Alright, you guys all ready to go land on a glacier? Excited? Alright, good.
Alright, guys, we're going to land real quick.
Yeah, it's a little tighter in there though, a little bit shorter, a little bit steeper.
Roger that.
300-meter walls surround the glacier on all three sides, making it impossible for a plane to climb back up once it begins its descent.
Tango Bravo 747, 10,000, first to 2, descending, landing Mountain House.
Roger.
You know, once you commit though, there's no go around.
When you're landing, there is no going around. So a lot of airports, you might have a point where you can just say, oh, well, I don't like it, and then, you know, zoom, go around there. But definitely no going around though. Just walls all around you here. Again, you don't necessarily want a tailwind. So today there's probably about a 10 or 15 knot wind, you know, kind of gusting. So should be a little more interesting.
This is our last chance of landing, and I think we're going to be looking up at a low ceiling again there. Frontal Ridge, landing Mountain House West.
Good luck, boss.
Now, all eyes are on Jay.
Everything's happening really fast. That's when you're going into a tight spot, and it's a lot of stress on yourself.
All right, you guys, here we go.
Near Haines, Drake's flight sim tour with a Dutch couple hits a snag.
There's people here. Damn it. Son of a... I wanted to land here, right there. There's people there.
How did they came here? Also by plane and plane land?
No, they were on a river trip.
Oh, river trip.
No, they floated down. I don't know why they're there. Stupid. They ought to go to the knob over here. We're out of here. Damn it, it's always something. See all the bear trails?
Kobe, the right-hand side.
Three
Mama
cubs.
bear, 3 cubs.
This is a good place to be right here, right now. Maybe we can land at this gravel bar at the mouth of the river. We're trying to land on a pretty tight gravel bar. If you're going to try to land for the first time on a place that's tight, you want to go as slow as possible. You want to land as slow as possible to give yourself the most possible room. You don't want to go in and get halfway through the thing and realize that you can't stop and end up in the water.
Wake up! Yeah.
Ah, thank you for flying KLM. How did you like it?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Was pretty hot in the beginning.
Yeah. Protection. Bears. Moose. Bad people.
Bad tourists.
Bad tourists. If there was a bear around that was becoming a nuisance or I thought was getting too close, you just shoot into the sand or something. I kind of want to run up to the beach. You want to run up to the beach? Do you guys want to run up to the beach?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. He wants to run.
I got out of the plane and took off because I was ready to just run and be somewhere nurturing. Strawberries. Gulf of Alaska, right here. Big bear tracks.
This is really special.
Once the airplane is landed and I could turn my brain off for a little while and be outside on a beautiful day like now in Alaska. Smell the salt air again and it's really nice. Moments like this are just really necessary and helpful.
Outside Juneau, Dustin's fuel level falls even lower as flames grow higher.
It's a race against the fire. Really dry conditions right now and the wind's starting to pick up, so we're trying to get as much water on it as quickly as possible before it spreads.
I can see a little better on that last one.
There's a lot of heat in there, a lot of heat. It's amazing how deep it burns. It's like it's burning about 3 feet deep, maybe more.
A lot of these trees around here have very shallow root systems that have been affected by the fire already. We can see a number of trees that have fallen down and a few other trees that look like they're leaning and ready to go. All right, coming in with another bucket.
If you maybe drop above some of those littler trees, it'll get right into where it needs to be.
Okay, so onshore just south of that tree. Yes, sir.
Yeah, a little north of that.
Yeah, that's good, man. Just making it rain.
The ground crew needs at least 10 more bucket loads to control the fire. But Dustin is low on fuel.
Here, we're gonna head back to the airport, get fuel, and try and get back on the fire as quickly as possible.
Air 193, Juneau Tower, roger, altimeter 2980.
If he doesn't get back to the fire in time, it could spread beyond control, overwhelming the firemen and nearby homes.
And off to T Harbor 342 and 91.8. And just picked up some water, heading your way. Be there in less than a minute.
Refueled and loaded with water, Dustin races back to the blaze to make up for lost time.
When you come in, it's really blowing some smoke up out of the trees.
It's tough to tell with all that smoke from here, but just that one I tried to go just a touch further north. Is that a little hotter in there?
It's just hot. It's just a hard spot to hit.
Okay.
That'd be great. One more in that, and then you can put another one. Well, both of them right there would be fine.
All right, coming in with the next bucket.
We're just gonna soak this thing.
And buckets away. With all the smoke coming off these fires, got to be careful that you know exactly where the personnel is on the ground, that you're not going to do a bucket drop on top of them. It's a lot of smoke. It's difficult to see down through the tree canopies. Buckets away.
After several more drops, Dustin and the firefighters think they have the situation under control.
It's looking good, but looks like everything's contained. Doesn't look like they're going to need any more water from the helicopter. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Good work. Talk to you later.
We are in the mop-up stage here. The bucket drops that we got from the helicopter worked pretty well. We're just checking for residual heat by going in and pulling open the duff.
It's fun to drop water out of a bucket and blow the helicopter. It's something it's just different. And it's good to be able to get out there and help out too.
How'd it go, man?
Knocked it down, wasn't too big, but kept it contained.
How many drops do you think you made?
Did almost 90.
90 drops? If anybody could drop a load 90 times, it'd be you.
Yeah, thanks.
Surrounded by Denali's steep cliffs, Jay attempts a glacial landing with a plane full of precious cargo.
Roger, now or never.
Wasn't bad for his first time there. Came in a little hot, but he had it under control the whole way.
All right, we're gonna get a ladder here.
All right.
Yeah. Good job, Jay. Now, Jay, if you work hard enough, these guys might actually tip you so you can afford your own shoes. See, he's borrowing mine right now.
Yeah. I usually wear sandals.
Wow. Jay, we don't always see that kind of wildlife up here. Hey, come on back up here. There's crevasses right there. You'll want to get a little closer to us.
A little closer up glacier here.
Yeah.
My mum went to Point Barrow 16 years ago and did the same shot on the Arctic Circle. So I decided that when we did the glacier flight that I'd recreate what my mum did 16 years ago, and here I am. I hope the pilots are enjoying the view. It's pretty cold out here, but it's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
There they go.